What would happen if from one day to the next, the entire world lost electricity for a whole year? What would you do if right now everything went dark? No internet, no lights, no cars, no communication, no hospitals, no cold food. Imagine you're watching this video and suddenly the whole world falls into a silence you've never known. Total darkness. Nothing works. Are you ready to survive in the age of electricity silence? This video is a realistic and chilling simulation of what would happen if the planet lost electricity for an entire year. From the first blackout to the collapse of cities, you'll see how the world falls back centuries and how humanity adapts, resists, or disappears. And if you think it will only be uncomfortable, wait, because you're about to discover an even more radical scenario. What if electricity didn't just fail, cease to exist in the universe? An ending that won't just surprise you, it might change the way you look at every plug, every bulb, and every spark of light. Imagine you're at home, comfortable, watching your favorite videos online, a cup of hot chocolate in your hands. Outside the evening falls, the sun slowly disappears, and everything feels calm. The hum of the fan, the glow of the monitor, the soft murmur of the refrigerator, small sounds that have always been there, almost invisible, like the heartbeat of the modern world, until the screen goes dark. First, you think it's a glitch. You move the mouse, press keys, tap the power button, nothing. The room falls silent, the fan stops. The router's lights go out. The TV becomes a black box. You look out the window, the entire block is dark. No streetlights, no headlights, not even the faint glow of a distant traffic light. Silence is absolute. Silence you no longer recognize. And the most unsettling thing is that for the first time you can hear yourself breathe. First you laugh, the power's out, it'll come back. But it doesn't. And at dawn, the world is still dark. Without realizing it, you've just awakened to the first day without electricity in modern history. The first days are confusing. No one really understands what's happening. People try to stick to their routines as if ignoring it could make it go away. They try not to think too much, stay calm. Neighbors come out to the street with flashlights, candles, and questions no one can answer. Do you know anything? Is it the same at your place? The answers are always the same: silence, uncertainty, lost theirs. Phones still have a bit of battery left, but no signal. The antennas are dead, no messages, no calls. Cars move nervously through the intersections where the traffic lights no longer work. The news channels no longer broadcast anything. Every screen is black. Everything feels lost. You try to convince yourself it was maybe a solar storm, a global malfunction, something temporary. As the days go by, reality sets in. There's no electricity anywhere on the planet. Consequences come quickly. Refrigerators stop working, the cold fades, food begins to rot, electric stoves are useless, supermarkets reek of sour milk and spoiled meat, a smell you never forget. At first, the owners give food away to avoid looting, to help, but it can't last. Soon the shelves are empty, the doors close, desperation begins to whirl. Gas stations can't pump fuel, cars are abandoned, planes don't take off, factories go silent, hospitals collapse once their generators run out. And when night falls, the world sinks into darkness. Cities that once glowed are now black stains beneath a sky full of stars. For the first time in centuries, humanity sees the heavens without pollution of its own light. It's beautiful and terrifying. The silence is so deep, you can hear the creaking of trees, the distant bark of a dog, the murmur of wind slipping through windows. Some people cry, others pray. Everyone hopes that tomorrow, when they wake up, the lights will return. But morning comes and nothing changes. Day 5, the water stops flowing from the pipes. Hydraulic pumps need electricity, and now, without the power, the entire system collapses. The toilets no longer work. The plumbing is dry. Nearby rivers become the only source of water, and everyone rushes towards them. People begin boiling water over improvised fires, filtering it with charcoal, cloth, or any method they can remember. They learn to ration it, to guard it, as if it were gold. Distrust grows. Every drop is measured with fear. Phones, once indispensable, are not just lifeless bricks. Screens are black. Watches have stopped. Chargers are useless. Time itself feels strange, soft, fluid, as if days were melting into one another. Money no longer matters. Coins can't buy food. Credit cards don't work. ATMs are dead. Banks are closed. Every electronic system, every code has died. Value has changed. Now water, food, matches, and warmth are the new currency. At first, some try to stay calm. They believe everything will return to normal. But the nights bring fear, robberies, screams, gunshots. Without light, no one can see or be seen. For a few days, sirens still echo until the patrol cars run out of fuel. Within weeks, cities descend into chaos. Empty streets, shattered windows, fires out of control. Those who can flee, the highways are filled with abandoned cars, empty tanks, open doors. Entire families walk under the sun, pushing supermarket carts with whatever they manage to save. No one knows where they're going, only that they must keep moving away. 2 months without electricity, the modern world collapses. Food grows scarce. Hospitals no longer exist. Medicines run out. Diseases once cured with a simple pill become deadly again. Rusting planes rest silently at airports. The streets filled with garbage and rats. The air smells of smoke, sweat, and despair. In the villages, people fare better. They learn to hunt, to fish, to farm. Barter returns. A sack of rice for a liter of oil, a chicken for a coat. Humanity rediscovers the trades it had forgotten. Blacksmiths, bakers, farmers, carpenters. Days are ruled by the sun and the moon, nights by firelight and the stories told around it. People look up to the stars, as their ancestors did thousands of years ago, wonder if somewhere out there, in a distant corner of the universe, electric light still exists. 6 months, nature reclaimed what once was hers. Cities are covered in vines. Animals return to places where they could never live before. Rivers run clear, and the skies are blue. Earth, without us plugged in, breathes again. But humanity pays the price. Without vaccines, without medicine, without communication, the weakest die. Governments vanish, replaced by small, scattered communities. Borders fade away. People learn to survive, not to dominate. Some even find peace. Life becomes lower, more physical, more human. No one complains about Wi-Fi anymore. Now they're simply grateful for fire, bread, and company. 1 year later, the world is unrecognizable. Skyscrapers stand empty. Streets are overgrown with weeds. Human voices are rare, but more sincere. Rural communities thrive. Children learn to plant instead of to program. Then one night, someone notices something strange. A light bulb flickers, spark, current, electricity has returned, but the world that receives it no longer needs it as much. Rusty cables, broken grids, dead power plants, rebuilding everything will decades. And yet, when the first lamp turns on, everyone cries. The light, that lost friend, has come back, but it no longer holds the same power. Humanity has learned to live without it. But what if electricity didn't just go out, but cease to exist? Not a blackout, not a technical failure. Imagine if electrical energy itself vanished from the universe. Magnets would fall, machines will collapse, but that would only be the beginning. Without electricity, electromagnetism will not exist. And without that, atoms themselves will stop bonding, matter will unravel, electrons will lose their charge, protons could no longer hold their orbits. Everything solid, you, the planet, the stars, will dissolve into invisible dust. Gravity will collapse the void, forming a massive black hole. Light will be swallowed. Time will stop. All of existence will fade away, like a lamp blown out in the night. And in that total silence, in that absolute nothingness, something might happen. Spark. A new electrical pulse. A new Big Bang. Electrons will begin to spin again. Matter will reunite. Planets will be born once more. And perhaps, somewhere in the newborn universe, another civilization will ask the same question. What will happen if electricity disappeared? The modern world was born from a spark. And perhaps, one day, it will vanish with one too. Until then, cherish every light that shines, every screen, every sound around you, because it may seem eternal, but in truth, everything that keeps us alive will go dark. in a single second.